this is you in your own time.
Assuming you haven't looked at the program in this format and decided to change everything about how you run the program, we can use it to help us make better communications, both inside and outside the organisation. You don't want to overwhelm someone by giving them all of these categories, each with a qualitative, quantitative and financial measure. People don't need that.
Okay, so if I'm going to choose some bits from the canvas and then pull them together to make a message that explains what we're doing, how the hell do I figure out which particular bits to use?
If we focus in on the audience and trying to figure out how best to use this canvas to prompt the messages we use with different audience members, you could, for example, acknowledge the fact that a board member wants something quite different to what a general member of the public who might be engaging with you through a fundraising campaign or a crowdfunding launch might be wanting.
All right, Bessie, so let's look at 3 different use cases for this one canvas that we've made. By arranging the components we've made in different ways, we can craft a message that reports upwards to a funder or the board, inwards to our employees or volunteers, or what, outwards on like a website or a crowdfunding campaign, Let's start with reporting up.
So at the level of the board, they're wanting to see, are we doing the activities that are aligned with why we exist in the world, and are we spending our time and resources really well, making good decisions consistently over the course of the year? And so we might speak to them about the use of grant funding, what programs we were running, the numbers of participants themselves, but don't forget that they are still human and they want to see that story of transformation. So weave in some of the stories as well as the numbers for the board.
Okay, so how would we use this for our employees and volunteers?
I suspect you're going to find that they're wanting more of the stories, that they're wanting to see, wow, look at the outcomes that are being achieved, how brilliant that 70% of the parents participating actually see that their child goes into school better equipped and has a smooth transition. That's what the staff are working for, so tell them that story. Okay, so let's look at using this for an external audience, like say a crowdfunding campaign or on our website. You're going to want to connect for them the financial input up with a qualitative sense of outcome being achieved, because in many respects there's less focus and interest on programs and the ins and outs of what happened there, but people want you to give them that really punchy story about what actually occurred as a result of that cash. When you're passionate about something, you can talk about it a lot. I think we all have that problem, I certainly do. And so having an ability to look at it and go, yes, I would love to talk to this funder or my board for the next 4 hours about this great program and all the things that have happened and the transformation that's occurred. But this can be a really good, clear way of systematically choosing intentionally what to tell and not tell in different settings.
Okay, so we've finally finished our first outcomes report and seen how we can use this information to shape comms. What's next?
Now have the conversation within your organisation. What are the most important activities we do and how do we track their impact? You have the tool now to easily break down any program or even think through a new program and see how what you're doing day to day leads to real world impact.